USA Scholarship is an opportunity to give some opportunities to young, talented American racing drivers at an early stage in their career.
The Team USA Scholarship was a big part of my career, actually. Jeremy, he was always watching, you know, I had seen the Team USA Scholarship winners before me, and it seems like he just has a knack of picking guys that are going to make it. And I thought, man, I got to get in this.
We don't invite applications for the scholarship. What we do is I have a network of people around the country and indeed around the world to pay attention to talented American drivers, geared towards American drivers because I'm based in America, and to keep an eye on them and see who might be deserving an opportunity. The first ever Team USA Scholarship winner was in 1990. That was Jimmy Vasser. Jimmy went on to be very successful in the IndyCar ranks. He won a championship with Chip Ganassi Racing, and then a year or two ago, he actually won the Indianapolis 500 as a team owner.
What Jeremy's done with the Team USA Scholarship has been nothing short than spectacular, really. The drivers that he's recognized, supported, and brought up. Kudos, hats off to Jeremy Shaw.
Other winners include Brian Herter, who also has won the Indy 500 as a team owner. Buddy Rice won the Indy 500 as a driver. Joe Hildebrand came within about 100 yards of winning the race. And a lot of other drivers have come through the program. People like Memo Gidley, Andy Lally, AJ Allmendinger, Josef Newgarden more recently, and Charlie Kimball are now both in the Verizon IndyCar series.
I think that the 6 weeks I spent in New Zealand were fantastic. It was the first time I was out on my own racing, had to set my own schedule, and it taught me a lot, gave me the tools to be successful from Formula Ford to IndyCars.
We're looking at it as an opportunity to take drivers out of their comfort zone. So rather than do some racing in North America, we try and take them overseas.
The Team USA Scholarship definitely brings you out of your comfort zone. Every driver that goes through it. You start racing in the U.S., competition is good, but there's nothing like racing in Europe, especially when you're grouped with the Formula Ford competition. Racing in the rain against 50 drivers.
Exercising the comfort level was going to Europe. I'd never been to Europe. I was young. We got to go to England, and we did a test at the Palmer Audi facility in England. And
the last half a dozen years, we've hooked up with Cliff Dempsey Racing in the UK. They run a really tight ship. They know the ins and outs of the sports. They kind of put their arms around the drivers because, let's not forget, these are youngsters, often sometimes as young as 16 or 17 years old, and for some it's their first time outside of the United States. So Cliff and Michelle really put their arms around them, but it creates a great environment that enables the talented drivers to shine through.
It's a fantastic program, both from their side and from my side, because I get to see the talented drivers come across, and Jeremy gets a chance to see how to compare with the drivers on this side. 2014 was one of the most interesting years we've had. There was one guy that kind of stood out from the crowd, that was Aaron Telitz. But aside from that, there was a lot of good, talented young drivers, but nobody that really shone for me. And then, out of the blue, came this youngster, Micaiah Stevens. His first ever race in anything was in May only. He shone through the selection process. We took him over to England, and he was quite stunning over there. Aaron Telitz we knew was going to be strong. He probably should have won the Formula Ford Festival. He won his heat race from the pole. He won his semi-final race, and in the final, challenged for the lead. Unfortunately, just got in a little bit too deep and fell off into the gravel trap, but he showed that he can win races. He did the same at Silverstone for the Walter Hayes Trophy. For Mackay, he was kind of like a fish out of water initially, but boy did he learn fast. And at Silverstone, he was one of the fastest cars on the track for much of the final, had the fastest lap on several laps during the final, finished third. And for somebody who's done less than 20 races in his life in anything, it was quite a remarkable performance. So I think it shows that there's plenty of youngsters in this country who, given the opportunity, can make a break for it.
And here we go. Boom.